streaming anyways. How convenient. All right. We'll see if this actually works or not.
She's starting.
Are you still there, Lance? Lance, sorry. Are you still Lance? I've been talking to GimpyG too much. That's the problem.
Yeah, I'm still here. It is up now.
Don't switch device. No, we've got it up. Oh, good. Great.
Everybody can hear you, so don't.
Can everyone hear you? That's the most important thing.
Oh yeah, I was on the stream.
Oh, you
can
are?
hear
Okay, good.
myself.
Okay, great. Okay, good.
I hope.
That's perfect.
I hope I'm not just hearing
Alright.
myself twice.
Yeah, that would be bad. You're talking to yourself. That's it. All right, let's just have a look here. If I do that, I can go and see what the chat's up to, which would be nice. God, it's been way too long. There is a technical difficulty. It is so true. I like the fact that you called it a there is a technical difficulty. Like I am the problem because it's true. I am. It's been so long, Jonathan
I'm
LH.
just not good at grammar.
No, but your grammar is actually an interesting joke about there is a technical problem and there is me. See what I'm saying? Cal, what are you doing subscribing for?
Did I accidentally do a smart thing?
Accidentally you did something smart. That's how I live my life. David streams on my birthday. Now, how cool is that? Animal Confusa, happy birthday. Because it's your birthday and it's also Cal's as well, which is amazing.
What?
Poor
I
Cal.
feel like
Cal thought she might escape it for a second. No, not even for 1 second. Big hello from Peru. Oh my God, I'd love to go to Peru. Hello, Paul. Good to see you. 0 months. 0 months? What does that mean? Jonathan
it means they just started subscribing.
What, Cal? Cal just started subscribing?
Yeah.
That was 0 months? Yeah,
I would think.
She wishes she could reset it. Now, there's too much proof that she's actually a nice person, even though she doesn't want people to know that. Okay, so I'm going to pop out the chat. Pop it out. Here we go. Pop out chat. There you go. Now I can see it. Oh, that's great. Wait a second. Does that mean don't I have to add the chat? What do I do normally? What do I normally do here? God, it's been so long. Remember there's like a chat window or something I have to do, don't I?
Were you gonna stream Magic with GimpyG? Because it's still called TechBandits, the magic of GimpyG.
Oh, is it really? Damn it.
Yeah.
Did I call it something? I did. I guess I don't think I can change it now though. But you know what? Isn't it always the magic of GimpyG? Isn't that normally, All right, let's edit it. I'm going to broadcast the title. Tech Bandits. All right. What are we calling it? Back again. There we go. Done. How's that?
You could do TechBandits.
Oh, damn it! It says Magic the Gathering on it. It's not supposed to say Magic the Gathering. It's supposed to be just chatting. Baz says I get toasted for that. There you go. Just chatting because we're just chatting. Oh my God! There's so much tech stuff that's happened. Like so much stuff. I don't even know where to start. Have you got anything, ViPup? Anything that's come up for you? Any tech stuff you've gone like, holy moly? Well, the James Webb Space Telescope is all organized now, right? They've got themselves all sorted out.
Oh, I haven't been doing much tech stuff because there's been a lot going on at school.
Oh, really? Like what?
Yeah, we had vaccines the other day.
Oh, yeah? How'd that go?
I didn't get it. I'm terrified of needles. I need to do it in like a closed room where I can scream to my heart's content.
Wait, so you haven't? So was a vaccine for like a COVID vaccine?
No, it was just the
shot?
regular grade 7.
Oh, what do you have to get done? Dr. Quest, MD. Good day to you too. Miss Lintz, Stacy Beth, Ilias Nice, Big Melonhead, first time. Hello. Jonathan Melh says better late than never, but I don't think he's being facetious. That's the other thing that happens with COVID. You'll find is that your brain goes. My brain is terrible. Randy the Magic Man, I'm so sorry. I keep meaning to get back to you about stuff, and I always get distracted and then don't. What is your take on this whole Elon Musk Twitter buy? That is a good question. Well, let's go to the source. ViPup, what do you think about the whole idea about Elon Musk buying Twitter? Do you care? Are you on Twitter?
Not yet.
Not yet. But will you be on Twitter? Is it something that interests you? I mean, isn't it just for old people like me?
No. My friend at school has a Twitter and he makes very funny posts.
Oh, really?
So I don't have... Yeah.
Okay, so you would like to be on Twitter. I just assumed it was just for old people like me, but that's okay. That's good to know that I'm not completely out of touch, even though I probably am completely out of touch. But anyways, how's that for the Twitter chat? Does that give us enough?
I'm gonna whisper so you might not hear it.
Okay, what? 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 Maybe I might not hear it. Of course I didn't hear it. I'm deaf as a post too. I got no good ears.
Okay, so
I'm post
only
COVID.
chat was able to hear that.
Someone in
Yeah,
chat was able to hear it. Did they?
probably.
Did anyone?
If
Could
they
anyone
go
make that
back,
out? No. Roto. What is it?
where is that?
Rotom Time Machine. Hello to you, Rotom Time Machine. That's kind of a hard one to say.
Rotom. It
Rotom.
might be Rotom
What's Rotom?
because
Should I know who Rotom is?
it's a Pokemon.
Oh, is it?
It might be that.
Oh, interesting. So like a Pokemon with time machines. That's great. So see, the world has changed since I've been away. I'll tell you, I got COVID, and I am still, I would say, operating at about 75% energy. I'm still like 2 o'clock rolled around today. I was at a meeting, by the way. That's why I was a bit late. I apologize for that. But an exciting meeting. Well, I thought it was exciting.
How is a meeting exciting? You still have to do work.
Well, because I'm lucky because I like my work, and this was about a documentary film, and that we have this wonderful director working on, and she's got some really smart ideas. So I'm kind of excited about that. Yes, first time COVID, Jonathan MLH, and it wasn't that bad. You know what I mean? Like I say that I was expecting something horrible. It was horrible only because it lasted forever. It continues to last. I've never used my inhaler as much as I have in the last. I've used my inhaler more in the last 3 weeks than I have in the last 10 years of my life. It has been.
My teacher has COVID, but for some reason they're still going to school.
Here's the thing. People, apparently, if you don't have symptoms and you're not testing positive, if you have tests.
He is testing positive still.
But he's going to school.
Yeah.
Well, then I would say he was an idiot because that just seems very selfish to me somehow.
They have to though.
Do they?
Yeah.
Seriously? Is that true?
Yeah.
It's true, Randy the Magic Man. COVID is the ultimate man flu. It's funny. Look, I know that I was very, very lucky, and I got off kind of very, very easily. But I'm still surprised at how much it kicked my ass. It wasn't that it was so terrible at the time. I've had much worse flus. The worst flu I have ever had, with hands down, nothing can beat it so far, was swine flu. And that was the most horrific. I really, truly wanted to die with that. But now, thanks to the vaccinations, I'm assuming that COVID was not that bad for me. But I am definitely one of those long COVID people because it's definitely, what is that? Please tell me that's a bird. Oh, thank God. I thought it was a rat. I'm looking at my Stargate cam.
Yeah, I saw. I just want to.
I think there's a little light up Stargate thing I wanted to show you guys. This amazing little badge that I've been given. Let me see if I can get it going. I think, God, if my shoulders work. I think I could do it like this. Is there no way to? I may have to actually just reset it. Hang on a second. Let me just do this.
It's very weird because there's no sound right now.
Oh, there's no sound at all? You can't hear me?
No, we couldn't hear you. I'm very happy I did not have to do any in-area entertainment.
I don't know if that'll work, but we'll see if you can see that or not. But, oh. There you go. Up this a little bit. There we go. How's that? Any better? Not really. There we go. Try that. It's like a wide angle. I didn't realize it's such a wide angle. This is this amazing badge that I was very, very fortunate to get sent. I feel very, very, very lucky. This guy designed a bunch of them. And unfortunately, actually, I have a couple extra ones, but they don't have the IC, the integrated circuit chip, because there's just such a shortage. The supply chain stuff is such a disaster still. But let me just do a shout out to him. So we all know who we're talking about. We are talking about a gentleman by the name of Sarif, Keeper of Bits. Sarif, on if you follow Keeper of Bits on Twitter, that is the man who created that, and it's just gorgeous. It's meant to be worn on a lanyard. I'd be terrified to do that because I was convinced I would break. I'd break it. But did I mention it was a lunch meeting and we ate a lot? I'm gonna be like hiccuping throughout the entire thing. But yeah, it's this gorgeous little badge, which I'm trying to set into auto. I think it's doing it now. Yeah, there you go. It should every minute it should just dial the gate, which is kind of fun. And yeah, see, Proto J Man's already got Chevron 7 locked. Was that the UK a few weeks ago? I was 1 in 15 people had it. 1 in 15 people had it in the UK. Yeah, that makes sense. It feels like that here. I don't know anybody who doesn't know somebody who doesn't have COVID at this point. It's kind of extraordinary. Yes, as Nightbot says, please, please, please. GimpyG's problems have not gone away, so please, in fact, they've got worse because I now call him more. Go to his GoFundMe and throw some money at him if you could, because he's got a lot of stuff to contend with right now, and I think that would make you happy. That would make him happy. Paul says so many people have COVID here in Peru. Probably 90% of the people now. It feels like a cold. So many are immune. Crazy, isn't it? That's great. Immune is good. I've managed to catch a regular cold and not COVID. Well done, James. That's one of the I haven't had a cold in like I don't know 4 years now, 3 years, whatever it is. How's the job interviews going, by the way, James? James, by the way, if in case anyone doesn't know, the brilliant James Argretti is our resident dungeon master for our D&D games, both for the TechBandits and also for the ones that we do with Barnacles and Q and Ox and all those folks. So always a pleasure. How are you, James? Novak, still haven't gotten COVID. Selling tritonin synthesized from my blood. Good luck with that, John Boy. Why not? Why don't you just get vaxxed? People. All right, managed to catch a regular cold. That is amazing. I mean, is that? But you probably, yeah, I don't know. All right, you got to check this out though. So the James Webb Telescope. You've heard of this, right, Vipop?
Oh yeah, the James Webb Telescope. Isn't that the one that is in space right now?
Yeah, this brand new one that was like $1 billion gamble, where they're like, oh my god, I hope it works. Well, it's just passed all of its tests, so now it's gone. It's now what they call I can't remember what the term was that they used for it. Actually, let me see if I can find my. I've got this. I did a list of a couple of things that I wanted to talk about, but I don't even know how to get to it. How do I do that? Is there a way to get onto? I guess I need to go to Raindrop. I do all my I use Raindrop.io now for all of my bookmarks. It's kind of good, and I just put tags on it so I can remember what everything is. And I actually did a bookmark recently for today. Like I bookmarked May the 2nd? Is that right? I think that's what it is. Helps if I remember the day. Nope, not March.
I just want to say I'm screen sharing a game I'm terrified of.
Oh, what is it? What's the game?
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, them. You know, I talked to the guy who's in charge of that show, of that game.
Wait, you talked to Scott Coughlin?
No, not Scott. The guy who's taken over from him at the company. I know. Scott sounds like a really interesting guy, doesn't he?
You should have asked him what's inside the box.
He wouldn't tell me. What did I just click?
I am very terrified of this game because this is like my first horror game, and I am in very dark right now.
Well, I'm a coward, so it works. Okay, wait. So let me just show you this. I want to show you this thing if I can. Let me show you another window here. Window capture. Does that work? If I do this and I go to there we go. Check this out. Okay, so this is this should be good. All right, let's see. So if we go, this is kind of interesting. So this is. So I kind of mute the music. Yeah, there you go. So they've aligned. That's right. So the system is now aligned. And basically that means that all of those different mirrors have all been aligned, and they can now start actually doing stuff with it, like actually pointing it at things that they want to look at. So all 4 of Webb's instruments are now all aligned. They say all 4 of the instruments, but the reality is that all of those mirrors, I don't know how many mirrors there are, like 40-something mirrors or something. It's crazy. But it's like it's officially aligned. It's now ready to. What did they say? They say it's now ready to start. Well, I can't. They had a cool term for it. It made it sound so much better. Now that's right. The new next phase is instrument commissioning, which I believe is when they can start like saying, okay, so and so's got it for an hour. They can go take a bunch of photos or whatever. So, and this should be. I mean, It's kind of like the cliffhanger at the end of a really good show. I'm like waiting to see what they come up with, because this is really gonna. Like, this is going to change things quite a bit. You know what I mean? Of course, I haven't shown you the window, have I? Well done, David. I think I failed to get that window in the stream. Let's see if I do this. There we go. Put it up there like that. Yeah, it's just kind of neat because let me just start it again so you can see. It's just kind of cool. I mean, like, look at the number of stars they're seeing. It's just insane. So they got mid-infrared, near-infrared. They've got all of those different mirrors aligned. Like, it's going to see stuff like we may, like this, like, I know this probably doesn't mean much to you, but this could be it. Like, this is where we find, like, oh, the Transformers are coming. Or, like, this is where we're looking so far back that we may start figuring out, where we came from, and I gotta say I'm kind of thrilled about this. I think it's gonna be very neat. Do you talk about that at school at all? Does that stuff come up at school at all?
No.
God,
we don't really talk about anything new in school, just like things from a long time ago.
I listened to a show about like what do we need to do for the future? Like, what are the skills that are important for the future? My son keeps laughing at me because I keep saying, Baz, what do you think an important skill for the future is? And he's like, Dad, what have you been listening to? But it's an interesting point. Like, school is basically looking the other way, right? So the premise of this thing was like, it's like, well, like school is you're looking at the stuff we already know. So you're getting the basics of all the stuff we already know. And I gotta say, I didn't find it very well presented. I didn't have any interest in it. I was far more interested in what was going to happen. And they're saying that that's what we need to get people and kids, and by kids I mean me, interested in. Is like how do we solve problems in the future? Like, how do we solve problems that don't have an answer? Because in school it's always like, what's the right answer? Oh, you got it wrong, you failed. Whereas in the real world, there is no right answer, right? Like, it's like, I mean, yes, there's wrong answers, like, oh, he blew up, that kind of stuff. But the reality is that we need skills that teach us how to solve problems where we don't have all the information, but there is no easy answer, that we have to work with other people on. I'm just curious. I know my son would groan when I ask you this, but Vipop, is there any skill you think would be very useful in the future? Like, is there anything you could think of that would be like a skill that would be good to have going like into the, when you're out of school? What's the skill do you think would be the most important to you or to someone going ahead right now?
I think actually, like, I don't really know. I feel like household stuff because right
really?
now
What do you mean by household stuff? Like, can you define that? What do you mean by that?
like cleaning and stuff like that, because I don't really think learning that mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell and like it splits is very important for most people, just for people who need to know that.
But don't you think biotech's going to be really big? Like, aren't we going to be like engineering humans and stuff? Like, aren't babies going to be born in bags and stuff? Like, what isn't biotech going to be? I would have thought biotech would be important in the future. Like, understanding that stuff is kind of like, there was an article I saw the other day that said that biology is the new programming language. But I agree that the way it's taught, like the idea of like, this is a mitochondria, learn all of its parts. It's like, that doesn't help, But if you go, okay, how do we take mitochondria to create better batteries? Like bio batteries? Or how do we get mitochondria to...
I feel like that would be considered animal abuse if you made bio batteries.
Really? That's an interesting point, though. But it's true. If it's part animal, like, is there... You know how they're getting around that now?
How?
They're creating... they're doing things called body on a chip. So they take a few cells from every part of your body, they put it on a chip, and then they can test things on it. So they go, I wonder how Vipup would react to, nerve gas. And then they could put your body on a chip. They give your body on a chip the gas, and they see how it responds to it. And then the idea being is that your body on the chip dies, but you don't die. But you could figure out like how you could maybe be genetically engineered to like be able to survive it, right? So they could test things on something that's not a complete body. It's like a partial body. It's kind of a cool idea, I thought. Isn't that kind of neat, though? The idea of like having I've got like a little tiny heart that's just put on a chip. Turns out I've got a little tiny heart anyways. I'm like the Grinch. But the idea of like having like heart cells on a chip that you could then see how it responds to different medicines without you having to test it on yourself, right? Like now they're like, okay, here, try these pills, see if it works for your heart. Oh, he died. I guess they didn't work. Whereas now, with these chips, you can like put a few little molecules of whatever it is in with the muscle cells and see how it responds to it and stuff. It's really, I think it's kind of a neat idea. But why? Okay, but why house stuff? Don't you think that's going to be handled by robots? Aren't they going to have robots to do all that stuff for us?
Probably.
Yeah. But when you
We want
say house stuff, you say like you mean like survival stuff, like how to cook a meal without electricity, or like what? What do you mean
how to
by?
cook a meal without burning down your entire house.
Oh, that's a good idea. Someone should teach
I
GimpyG how
I
to do
still
that.
need to learn how to do that one.
Yeah, that is a tough one. I still burn down the house a lot, or not burn down the house, but I certainly set off a lot of fire alarms every time I cook. I think what I find the big trick for that is first off having a good recipe that tells you how long things need to be on and stuff, and what order to do things, and also not getting distracted. Put the phone down while you're cooking. That's what I find. Because if I've got my phone with me, forget it. It's like, oh, those fries are now flambe. It makes a big
I
difference.
don't know what a flambe is.
Flambe is like when you set your food on fire. But usually they do it to make it like taste better. Like they'll take like when you go to a restaurant, they pour alcohol on it and then set it on fire. And it goes whoosh, and then they deliver it to your plate. They deliver it to your
Don't
table.
go to fancy restaurants like
You haven't
that.
seen that? You've never had like a flambe? Oh, that's some fancy stuff. You should ask your parents about flambe. There's probably like a way of doing it at home too. But it's just a good way of setting fire to things. Is that?
I just want to say,
Mm.
I went to Arby's. That
Ooh,
is amazing.
horsey sauce.
I just want to say there's no sponsor, but Arby's is very good.
Did you have the horsey sauce there? I love the horseradish sauce there. That's my.
No, I had chicken fingers and fries because I didn't want to try anything new.
Really? Then you're mad. Next time, try the roast beef and try the. It's called horsey sauce, but it's a horseradish sauce. It's so good. It's kind of spicy, but it's good. It's good. Yeah. Jacinda Painting says, "Put the effing phone down" is the number one advice everyone needs to follow. It's true. I walked into a woman today. She walked straight into me because she was on her phone, and I was looking the other way. But that's not the point. It's. I do think that we have to learn how to use this technology better because we just suck at it right now. And oh my god, the number of people I see on the phone while they're in the car. We got to get those autonomous vehicles going because, like, man, we're just gonna, as a species, we'll just wipe each other out in car accidents. Vipup, why are you on twice? Oh, I see, because you've got the watch stream as well. I see. It's a creepy watch stream. It is creepy. Can't watch it. It's too much moving around. Makes me sick. Wait a second. You're watching. It's Roblox.
Yeah.
I can't watch it because I just get sick. I just
I'll
get
change
motion
to
sickness.
play a horror game then.
Well, no, because you're still moving around in those too. I'm telling you, it's
No,
like the worst thing that ever
this
happened.
one you aren't.
Really? Okay.
This. Oh, I don't
I think
like how they try to make this game happy, even though it scares
well,
the
it's like,
life out of
but
me.
that's kind of like clowns. Like it's that creepy clown thing where they're like, "Oh no, it's all great." La, 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 la. Let me see if I can share this. If I can share this window for you, window capture. Let's try this. We'll change it to the Discord and see if it'll let me do that. All right, let's try that. And then do that. Oh, too big. Way too big. How do I make you smaller? There we go. Let's do this.
I'm gonna buy him.
Can I do this? You bought somebody? Bass
Yeah,
spent like $80 on a, what was it? On a skin of
turning
some
the
sort.
sound down. That's how scared of this game I am.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm gonna go turn on the light. I'm turning it down to 1.
Really?
And
Why do you play it
turning on
then?
the
If it's so if it's freaking you out so much, why are you playing it?
Cause it's fun.
I know it is kind of fun being scared. I wonder why we like being scared. That's an interesting thought. Why do you?
This one I jumped so much when I played.
Yeah.
Like I was playing this.
That scared you? Time extended?
Yeah.
You're playing Pac-Man. That's just Pac-Man.
Oh God.
That's just Pac-Man though. How's that scary?
Because I don't like when it makes that loud noise.
Oh, I didn't hear the noise. Yeah, I don't hear the noise, so it's perfect.
Yeah, it makes this loud noise.
I'll try to make it for you when I see it.
And later in this.
Ah! Like that. Yeah, got it. All right.
What is that
Can
over
we
there? I'm
Can we
gonna touch
see the
it.
chat? Can we see the chat anymore?
Are
I think I may have screwed the chat over. Wait a second. Here we go. Let's do this and The chat, can the chat go above that as well? There you go. It can. Okay. There you go. So we got a sense of what's going on from you, time extended. And I think I can see everything. Look at that. The screen is just jam-packed with stuff. There's so much going on.
I'm gonna
Okay.
take a screenshot. I feel like
How
there's
do I
lower one.
join on Discord? There is a Discord for sure. You should join that. That's the Ironham Tech Bandits Discord. We don't do voice chat. The only voice chat that I'm doing is with the Tech Bandits when it's the Tech Bandits, or sometimes with Alan and GimpyG and stuff. But today it's a Tech Bandits day. It's a well, I mean, GimpyG, because of his teaching skills, he will sometimes join us, but that's up to him. Adrenaline addiction. You think that's what it is, Jacander Painting? Adrenaline addiction? Is that why we're glued to our phones? Vipub, do you have a phone as well, right?
Pardon?
Do you have a phone as well?
Didn't hear. Yeah.
What do you have, like an iPhone?
Yes.
And do you play games on the phone as well?
Not much.
Are you allowed the phone at school?
No. I have a Chromebook for school.
Right. How do you like the Chromebook?
I've watched a video and I know I didn't hear what you just said. I have the sound turned loud. I need to turn Discord up.
Oh, I see. All right. No, I was just saying, do you use are you allowed to use the phone at school?
I'm not allowed to use my phone much at home either.
Oh, really?
Mainly.
Sadie 999, thank you very much. And hello. Everyone say hi to Sadie 999 because they're a first-time viewer. First-time chat from a viewer. There you go. Thank you, James, for sending the Discord. Yeah, hop on the... I'm trying to be better about the Discord. Like, I'm trying to be better at checking Discord and popping in on Discord and saying hi. But here's the thing is I'm freaking overwhelmed. Like, I just, like, it was so lovely. Everyone was wishing me well while I had COVID. But my energy was low, and there's so many things to check. Like, between Facebook and Twitter and Discord and WhatsApp and text messages and email, and I feel like my head's going to explode. So I've just sort of, I'm trying to simplify stuff now. Like I feel like I want just like one place to go for everything, and I don't know what that one place should be. So look at that. Go for Fluffer Thank you very much for welcoming Sadie. See, it's so nice. I love the sad Sadie is she's not sad anymore. See, Mokert Svart, how are you? Jim Buffett as well. That one place outside. Yeah, outside's fun sometimes. I was outside just a little while ago. I don't like it. I prefer being inside. Japan says in all of Canada, it has been illegal to not be hands-free for years. It's been illegal, but no one listens, do they? They go, oh, it's hands-free, so they just hold it in their hand. You know what I mean? Instead of holding it up to their face. Chicken at Arby's, that is like ordering eggplant lasagna at a steakhouse. It's so true. Jacander Painting has got it right there. What the heck? Next time, okay, promise me this, Vibe Pup. Promise me this. Next time you go to Arby's, order the roast beef sandwich. Okay?
Sure.
You're going to love it. I'm telling you, you're going to love it. It's not even this. I don't even think there's any meat in it. It's just like a big squishy bun. It's so squishy and good. I love it. All right. I had a couple of other things I wanted to talk about as well. So, all right. So James Webb, cannot wait to see what they've got lined up for that, because I cannot wait to see what they get. What do they call it? When it's going to be. It's ready to start. It's ready to go to. God, what was the mode? It was a great mode. What was the mode they called it? All right. Instrument commissioning. They're at commissioning level. All right. All right, what else did I have? Yeah, that was interesting. That's interesting too. Yeah, they're saying, I thought this was kind of cool. This is Amy Webb, who is, why is there a preview error? What the heck?
Why did you keep saying, oh, that's interesting type thing?
Because I keep looking at my list of things to talk about, and there's interesting things. But I haven't told you what they are yet, which is probably
I feel like I'm gonna be scared of this game.
Really
I'm in
irritating. Oh, really?
a.
It's freaking you out? Are you freaking out?
Yeah, I feel very on edge right now because I'm outside of this guy's house and I am yellow.
I feel like, all right, checking browser. What? Yes. Okay, so I'm reading this book, which is really interesting, called The Gene Something. Let me see what it's called here. I'll tell you what it's called in a second here. It's called, dun, dun, dun. It's called The Genesis Machine, and it is by Amy Webb and Andrew Hessel, and it is all about the age of synthetic biology. And so it's all about us creating, biotech. And so it starts off with this whole history of biotech, which is fascinating. I will admit that because I'm actually I'm reading this molecular biology textbook right now, which is the hardest thing in the world to get through, but I'm plowing my way through it. So I did know some of the stuff they were talking about, but it's a nice overview of where this sort of synthetic biology is. But she's saying now, and I thought this was kind of cool, that the programming language of the future is going to be biology. That we need to be doing biotech programming. So you should be doing, Vipop, you should be doing like Scratch programming only with bio instead of programming, computer programming. Like, could you imagine being able to create your own creatures in the real world?
That I feel like that would be more scary.
Well, if you're stupid about it, maybe. But and there are definitely people who are stupid about it. But don't you think? I don't know. Like I grew up and I was like, I'm only electronics. That's the only thing I'm interested in. I was like, technology to me is electronics. That's all I care about. Computers and all that kind of silicone type stuff, like electrical based stuff. And then recently I'm like, wait a second, I think I'm missing out on something here. Partially actually because of, way back when I remember listening to James R. Gurney do his talking about biology, and I've sort of taken an interest now in this idea that molecular biology could be the electronics kits of the future, and the idea that I think Amy Webb is very, very good at. She calls herself a futurist, and which I don't understand the term futurist. I truly don't. That sounds weird to me. But anyways, that's what she does, but she's very good at it, in that she's very good at sort of pointing out what potential pitfalls and futures, things that could be important in the future, things that could be important that are bad, things that are important that could be good. She's got some really interesting sort of thoughts and visions of where this stuff could go, and the idea that biotechnology could be a tool that could literally be the most powerful tool we've ever created. Like, we could create humans that can breathe underwater. We could create. They're creating these things called. Have you ever heard of a chimera? Pup?
I don't know what that is, but I have to go upstairs. There, we made tacos early.
Oh, did you? Early
Yeah.
tacos. Well, don't let me stop you from early tacos. Plus, you get to get rid of the fear of being by yourself after the game too.
My eyes have a really weird effect from looking at the screen.
Wait a sec. Is it brainwashing you? Is it turning you into like a weird Freddy fan?
No, but like I can't really see well.
Oh, well, okay. Go eat your tacos. It's good. They say 20/20. Every 20 minutes, you should look 20 feet away, and that helps your eyes with video games. So every 20 minutes, you should look at something that's 20 feet away, and that helps train your eyes to not focus for too long.
I'm just trying to figure out what the yellow guy Easter egg was.
Nixie Geek, welcome. My first time I've managed to get a live chat from the UK, my old home. I was born in the UK. Nixie Geek. I'm actually from Red Hill, Surrey. That's where I originally come from. I was really born, anyways. In a thunderstorm. I was born in a thunderstorm. Rotom Time Machine says, would he be Montgomery? What's this? David, in the island of Dr. Moreau coming up, when he starts dabbling in CRISPR. Yeah, no kidding, huh? I mean, I wonder what address is the LED Stargate lighting. Yeah, I don't know, actually. If someone can figure that out, let me know. I'm sure that the wonderful gentleman who made it for us could let me know. Or I could sit down and actually work it out, but that would just take time, and you know what I'm like about spending time with anything. So I guess everyone go have a look at if you want an interesting read. I'm actually doing the audiobook, which is quite good. The Genesis Machine is kind of interesting. It sort of talks about a lot of this stuff. I haven't finished it yet, but I'm actually most excited about this last part where we're getting into what are the potential pitfalls and the pros and cons of having all of these synthetic biology companies out there. So Jonathan MLH, close up of the gate so we can see the symbols. Let me see what I can do for you. Can you not see the symbols? Is that not? Let me adjust for you. I'll see what you got. Let me do this. There we go. If I do this, take this, and do that. Does that help you at all? Oh boy, that is really crooked. Let me just get this off. There we go. Try this. How's that? No, not quite. It's hard because it's framed by a lit window. A little bit more. Let's try this. Nope, that's as high as it goes. Damn it. All right, I may have to see if I can do this. Let me see if I can do this for you. That help? How's that? Nope, still not any good. Nah, I think you're gonna have a hard time seeing it through the window, anyways. Slightly better sense of it though. It is pretty, isn't it? Oh my God, it really is. I mean, he did an amazing job. Yeah, let me just remind myself of, Sarif. Sarif, I hope he doesn't mind me sharing his Twitter handle, but it's Keeper of Bits on Twitter, and he's just he's done an amazing job with it. And he was very sweet. Sent it over, and as I say, sent me a couple of extra ones. But I need to get a hold of the integrated circuits and the little boards, and I'll have to solder them in. So, but he's just done a gorgeous job. Like it's really, it's really quite effective. It makes me feel almost homesick. Woo! Get ready for the eugenics wars. Yeah, Cletus 64. I mean, this is it, right? What do you do when you can selectively choose what your kids are going to be immune to? What are you going to do when you can selectively choose how intelligent they're going to be or how good they are going to be at basketball or any of those things? It's kind of terrifying, The one that really got me was, if you think about it, so China for a very long time has had this policy of it's called like they called it like the China Health Initiative or something, and so everyone would come in and get physicals and get blood tests and everything, and of course they took the blood and they or whatever it was, they took their samples and they've added it all to a genetics database basically. So there is a massive, probably the largest database of human DNA in existence that China has put together. And of particular interest to them were things like, the DNA of Uyghurs and minority populations and stuff. So that is quite a terrifying eugenics problem there for sure. I'm not sure if it would be technically called eugenics, but it's definitely an interesting problem with the idea of amassing this massive database of genetic information. Like, if you've got, I mean, as helpful as that can be when used for good, it's extraordinary what that kind of database information would be like. But at the same time, if it gets used to separate people as, oh, look, you've got the DNA of a Uyghur Muslim, so you're going to go to a camp in Siberia somewhere. Not really the kind of world I'd like to live in, but Nixie Geek says, I use an electric wheelchair full-time and painted it to look like a TARDIS with LED lights, etc. Maybe I should get an LED Stargate for the back. Oh my God, that's great. Nixie Geek, that's amazing. Electric wheelchair. I actually have an electric wheelchair down there. I've got the bottom part of it because I wanted to play with the idea of like a remote control, like as a basis for robotics. I thought the wheelchair would be a nice base for it. I don't know whether you know this or not, Nixie Geek, but I'm a big assistive tech fan, and thus I end up with lots of friends like GimpyG who are also obviously assistive tech fans. The weird thing is I'm interested in assistive tech without having any of the disabilities that are associated with it. So for some reason, I'm just fascinated by the idea that technology can be used to make us better humans, whether we need help or not. Really. Anyways, when I say better humans, it means the wrong way of putting it. What am I trying to say? I guess what it is that I love about it. It's a sci-fi thing. I just love assistive tech. I love the idea that technology could help. And this includes the biotech stuff as well, like, that can help us be, more powerful, stronger, it's a geek thing. I guess I don't know, I guess I've since discovered that not every geek is into that. So I don't know. For some reason, it's just an absolute fascination of mine, and I've sort of bonded with a few people over that because of my interest in that stuff. In recent days, particularly with Lance, because obviously he has quite an interest in. Oh my God! See what the camera does when it tries to when it dials the gate. That's kind of cool. Oh, look at that! Oh, that is neat. So it confuses the camera when it lights up the gate. It confuses the camera. It all goes out of focus. It looks like I'm doing a Stargate movie here. But yes, I guess that's a long way of saying that Nixie Geek, you should totally add a Stargate to the back of your wheelchair. Okay, the base of my chair looks like what you have, 6-wheel model. They're the best for inside use. Nixie Geek. So basically, you're saying you made your electric wheelchair look like a TARDIS. You could have made it look like Davros's chair, though, Nixie Geek. You could be Davros. That'd be way more. Way more true to Doctor Who lore. Davros was the evil scientist who created the Daleks. I say Daleks. I say it wrong, but Daleks. And I always wanted to be Davros. That just shows you how warped and twisted I am. But I love the idea of being. I always want to be Doctor Who first and foremost. But failing that, as I get older and my shoulders hurt more, I think I would be a very good Davros. Was Mark Lapointe says it remained clear earlier. What was that? Yeah, so it was clear, and then all of a sudden when it seems to struggle. Oh, so maybe it's not that. Maybe something that's happening outside. Maybe it's just a lighting change outside. Yes, I love Doctor Who too. Doctor Who for the win. Of course, Doctor Who for the win. Although I'm old school Doctor Who. I'm like Tom Baker Doctor Who. Those are my years. My years of Doctor Who were all from that era. Let me see if my headphones are still working. I'll make sure I don't miss out on any Vibe Pup if he happens to come back. There you go. Are they looking for a new Doctor Who now, Movie Lad? Is that? Oh, God, every time they do, I'm like, oh, wouldn't it be great? I'm too old. I'm too old and I'm too white now for Doctor Who, I think. Got to be announced soon, surely, I imagine. Yeah, I kind of hope they go female again because I feel like it's something they haven't, they've started to explore. I'm curious to see where they could go with it now because the reality is, it's been old white guys for a long time. I feel like maybe it's time to maybe mix it up a little bit, but never too old for Doctor Who. I don't know. Maybe Idris Elba as Doctor Who. Oh my God, how awesome would that be? That would be amazing. Although Benedict Cumberbatch too would be another one that would be good for Doctor Who. I think probably. Yeah, Idris Elba would be fantastic. Although Idris Elba's getting a little long in the tooth too, isn't he? I mean, Jesus, he's got to be, he's getting up there too. Doctor Who and Doctor Strange would work. Yeah, there you go. He's got both the doctors. God, I'd be so jealous. So jealous. I worked with Cumberbatch years and years ago. Jason Momoa as the next Doctor. That is, yeah, he's like in a Minecraft movie now. Isn't there something? Didn't they just announce Jason Momoa is going to be like in a Minecraft movie? That kid doesn't even know what Minecraft is. It's so unfair. God, it's tough being a nerd in this industry. Let's go wild. Let's have the next Doctor be like 17. Yeah. All right. So Jason is the next Doctor. Yeah, that would be good. Dr. David, the Doctor, has been older and younger. I think they should be played by any age actor. Well, no, I get it, Nixie Geek, but I feel like we've done a lot of old man doctors. Like, I feel like it would be kind of fun to have, I think we should mix it up a bit at this point, All right, let's go wild. I want the dude who played Moss from the IT Crowd. Oh yeah, my God, that'd be great. Yeah, it's true. A bodybuilding. Yeah, like I'm not sure that like Dave Bautista would be the best Doctor. I think Dave Bautista's Doctor Who probably not going to work. I can't say because I wanted to pop and say hello. Glad you're feeling better, David. Thank you, Captain Catherine. I'm away with family. Oh, well, enjoy your family. God, for God's sake, enjoy. Oh, Tom Holland is Doctor Who. Oh yeah, any day. Oh my God, that'd be amazing. He'd be amazing as that, actually. Or Keanu Reeves as Doctor Who. That would be good too. Although they've got to be British, right? At least I'm British. At least I could do it because I'm British. I think you have to be British, don't you? How about a transgender, gender fluid type doctor? That would be fun. Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't. I'm just assuming the Doctor Who would be like that anyways. I mean, he's a freaking alien for God's sake. I mean, they know more about that. There should have been more Eccleston. I thought Eccleston was. I liked Eccleston. I just didn't like that season so much. I found that season a bit too campy, and I found like he was struggling against the campiness, and it was just odd. Pac Mom, how are you, Pac Mom? I want an Aussie Doctor Who just to mess with the palms. What's a palm? Do I know what a palm is? Is palm like British? Is that like slang for British or something? Am I allowed to say that? I don't even know. See, watch me. I got canceled. All right, let me see if there's anything else tech-wise that I wanted to talk about. There's a few tech things that came out. Yeah, first off, so the idea of like the hottest new programming language is biology. I think that Amy Webb is so good at making like those little sound bites that people will listen to. I think this is kind of old hat, and I think a lot of people already know this, but the idea that that we're using robots to map the ocean floor. There's a new one that my friend was telling me about. I don't know if it's mentioned in this one or not, but it's the a Canadian adventurer turned robotics entrepreneur founded Open Oceans Robotics in 2018 as a way to bring together autonomous boats, solar energy, and long-term ocean monitoring. Hey, it's a Canadian adventurer. Julie Angus. Oh, I should see if I can talk to Julie Angus. Startup's unmanned surface vehicles are designed to be deployed for months at a time, primarily for monitoring marine mammals and other species. And in the past, it's worked on illegal fishing enforcement. Oh, I just watched a documentary on Disney Channel about this called Ghosts of the Gulf or something. It was all about those amazing Sea Shepherd folks trying to stop the illegal poaching of this fish with these like swim bladders. I can't remember what they're called now. Paquitas or something. These beautiful massive fish, and they rip out these swim bladders, whatever they're called, and because people like to chop them up and turn them, and I don't know, huff them as powder or something in China. I think it's just another one of these like ridiculous beliefs that the bladder of so and so will cure everything, that kind of stuff. Oh wow, what's happening with Vipup's channel? It's going freaking crazy. Maybe I'll let that one go for a bit. Where is that one? Where is that? Is that his? Which one is that? That's not right. Get rid of that. Nope, not that one. What about this one? There you go. All right. It's getting distracting. So this is an interesting article here. Let me see if I can pull that up for you.
Hello.
Hey, you ate tacos in that time?
Yeah.
Man, I feel sorry for your system.
Sorry, I just burped.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All right, so this is this mapping of the ocean floor with these like unmanned subs, which I just think are so cool. Oh, I should also find that. What is that noise? I wonder if everything's...
hearing noise. So
I hear stuff from going on upstairs, but I'm assuming it's not unhappy noises. I'm hoping it's happy noises. That or it's a home invasion, one of the two. Okay, so so this is this robotics thing. So my friend was telling me, I don't know if they mentioned it in this article, but they're saying they're using lasers. They're using like a laser to like zip along the bottom of the floor of the ocean and map the whole thing. And that you can put them on like a helmet. And so you can basically see with lasers in the dark, which would be so cool. If we can't genetically modify ourselves to be able to see in the dark, that's, all right. And there you go. So if you were genetically engineered that way, you'd be able to clean the house in the dark. There you go. If the house cleaning are the skills you were looking for in the future. So some interesting stuff. The different design of all these little robots is really cool. That look at they're very small, very cheap, very sort of disposable, and you just send them out there and they map the bottom of the ocean for us, or as I say, allow us to see in the dark. All right, let me see what else there was in this crazy list of things because there's just so I was overwhelmed by how many things there were to talk about. It's insane how many cool things there are going on right now. Why do I keep turning that off? It's that one. Okay. All right. Do you have any desire to scuba dive or anything, Wolf Pup?
No, I would not like to scuba dive.
I thought I'd be terrified too, but I because I'm just kind of scared of the ocean. Basically,
I don't like the ocean really. Like I like swimming, but I don't like deep ocean.
Yeah, that was my problem too. But when I did it for the first time, I was blown away. Like I absolutely blown away. Like it was just the coolest. It was just the coolest. One of the coolest experiences I've ever had in my life. So I would say if you get a chance to do it, you should do it. I'm going to show you this image, which you want to be creeped out. Check this one out. So this is the first image that was ever taken underwater. First photo ever taken underwater. And someone tweeted this the other day, and I was like, it's something so incredibly creepy about it. Isn't it?
I don't know why, but that is creepy.
Isn't it creepy? Doesn't it? I don't know what it is about it that makes it so creepy, but it is. It just kind of creeps me out. Can I just open the image? Open image in new tab. Okay, well, I'll go to this one then. Okay, there you go. Look at that. Look at that. Like, I mean, that is. There's just something about the way, like, you sort of get a little sense in the foreground of some weeds and stuff. And I don't imagine it's terribly deep. But, like, what's that up in the top right-hand corner? Is that like it looks like a tentacle or something? It's just like, it looks like something out of a horror movie.
It really does.
Doesn't it?
Could see that in a very
And imagine how
horror
claustrophobic
movie.
you'd be. You're in a suit that's basically just an upside-down glass with air in it, right? Doesn't it just pump air into that helmet? That's the only thing protecting you, right? My friend was talking to a guy who used to do underwater welding, right? Which is apparently a very, very dangerous profession, because you're not only are you like deep, deep, deep under the water, you're also, like cutting steel and stuff and welding stuff. And he asked him what was the scariest thing that ever happened to him. And he said, it's sort of he says there's two things that got him. One was he was down there one time and he's welding away, and suddenly there was like this pressure on his head. He felt this pressure on the helmet, and everything went completely dark. And I was like, what happened? Like, was it like, was there a problem with the air? Was there like, what happened? Did he black out? Like, what happened? And then it just stopped and disappeared. It just stopped. And all of a sudden he could see again. And he looked around, and it was one of these giant, like, grouper fish had come up. Like, it was so big that it just put his head in its mouth and went, oh, it's metal. I don't like that. And then just let go and swam off. But it was so big that it completely obscured his vision. And it didn't bite him. It just sort of, like, put him in its mouth. Isn't that weird? Like, that would be it. That would do it for me. I'd be like, I'm out of here. I'm never welding ever again, right? You know what I mean?
I feel like I would just disappear. I would just be, ah!
I think I would just die of fear. Like, I think I would just scream and die. Like, my heart would give out or something. Okay, and then that's the next thing. He said, okay, but
I just want to say, you were out of the fish by the time you would have screamed, so you would be like, I feel like you would be sent into like a little bit of a shock. But
I would go to. I'm in shock just hearing the story, let alone actually having to experience. I can't even imagine.
I'll be back in just 1 second.
All right, Elizabeth with a Z. Elizabeth with a Z. Wasn't that who's that? Was that Jonah? Wasn't it? Was it Jonah, the guy who got like eaten by the whale and spat back out again? They're technically grouper big enough to swallow small adults. Yeah. Well, this one was big enough to put its mouth gingerly over this guy's head. But what was? I'll wait till Wolf Pup gets back. But the upshot being that had it severed one of the tubes in the helmet, this guy was saying that basically your entire body gets sucked up into the helmet. The pressure is so great that your body is like liquefied and shoved into the helmet, which is what would have happened. So Google it. It's a news story from recently. Really? Oh, it actually happened? There really is a Jonah? A Jonah? Really? Wait a sec. Is it really real? Or is it really, really, really real? Let me see if I can get. I don't like to do any Googling without getting rid of the window first. All right, let me see. So, man swallowed by whale. Oh, they came up pretty fast. Lobster diver swallowed by humpback whale. Seriously? No way. I want to apologize to the whale, lobster diver tells humpback tail on Jimmy Kimmel. Is it real? So in something truly biblical, Packard was swallowed by a humpback whale. Whoa. So he had the same experience. All of a sudden, I felt this huge shove, and the next thing I knew, it was completely black. Here you go. I could sense I was moving, and I could feel the whale squeezing with the muscles in his mouth, he said. 150 years ago, a sperm whale swallowed a Cape Cod man off Cape Verde Islands, but that was 150 years ago. Initially, Packard thought he was inside a great white shark, but he didn't feel any teeth, and he hadn't suffered any obvious wounds. It quickly dawned on him that he'd been swallowed by a whale. I was completely inside. It was completely black, Packard says. I thought to myself, there's no way I'm getting out of here. I'm done. I'm dead. All I could think of was my boys. They're 12 and 15 years old. Oh, man, that gets me. How do we know it's true? Outfitted with scuba gear, he struggled, and the whale began shaking his head so the Packard could tell he didn't like it. He estimated he was in the whale for 30 to 40 seconds before the whale finally surfaced. I saw light. He started throwing his head side to side. The next thing I knew, I was outside in the water. Oh, so he hurled him free. Wow. Lives in Wellfleet. Okay. Relates some of the details. Packard said Mayo saw the whale burst to the surface and that he initially thought it was a great white shark. There was all this action at the top of the water. Then the whale flung her brother back into the sea. Wow. Thank God it wasn't a white shark. He sees them all the time out there. He must have thought he was done. Whoa. See, there you go. That would freak me out. Like, that would totally do me. So
What?
whales, they can't spit out. So did you hear any of that, Wolf Pup?
Yeah. Notice the raccoon joined in.
Yeah. Hello.
Hey, Noodles!
I can't stay for too long. I have a lesson later, but
Oh, that's
I saw
fine.
it pop by.
Well, how the hell are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. You still wandering around the parks?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, that's me too. Yeah, I did a long dog walk today. I just read this story. Apparently this guy actually got swallowed by a whale and then it spat him out.
Wow.
Isn't that wild? Because I was telling this story about this guy who's like this deep sea diver and he has to do welding and stuff. And then he had a grouper, one of these giant grouper fish, actually came up and put his helmet in his mouth. And and he didn't even know what had happened. It just suddenly everything was like a little bit of pressure, and then it all went dark. And then it turned out that this fish had trying to take a bite. But here's the thing, Vibe Pup, you missed this part. Apparently, if the fish had cut any of the pipes that lead to the helmet, the pressure was so great down there that his entire body would have been shoved into his helmet. That's what he's. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what he said. All right, Raccoon Noodles, while we have you, before you go to your busy, busy life without us, what's up?
Nothing much, I don't think.
That's
nothing.
it? You've been gone for months and that's all you got for us?
Months? Oh, sorry. I don't know. I just feel like whenever one of these pops up, I'm always out somewhere else or
You're
doing
crazy
homework
busy.
or-
I get it. No, that's good. That's good. What, any new hobbies? Any new, what do you got? Anything,
Oh God, let me
any
think.
most hated or most loved school classes? Anything like that?
Oh, my memory's awful. I'm just trying
So
to
is
remember.
mine. I had COVID and I can't remember anything anymore. Who are you?
I'm just trying to remember the last time I was here and what.
Oh, it was a
happened
while
since
ago.
then.
It was a while. All right, let me ask you this, because I asked Vibe Pup this too. And Baz
Mm-hmm.
groans and rolls his eyes whenever I ask this. But what do you think? What do you think is an important skill for the future?
Cooking.
Cooking?
Oh yeah.
That's basically what Vibe Pup said.
Oh, and sewing too. I also.
What?
Speaking of what?
Well, robots can sew. Robots can cook.
I joined sewing club at school.
Oh, fantastic! What are you sewing? What kind of stuff?
So far I've just sewn a little drawstring bag.
So, like, and are you sewing things onto things, or are you sewing things together? Like, are you making like clothes and stuff? What?
Well, right now I just sewed like a drawstring bag to start, and now we're gonna.
How do you sew a drawstring bag? What do you mean?
Make it.
So you take
Like
how do you
that.
do that? You like take two pieces of fabric, you sew them
Yeah,
together
so-
with a.
Actually, no, it's only one piece of fabric for.
Wow.
So it's one piece of fabric in a
Okay.
rectangle,
Right.
and then you go the length way,
Yeah.
and you fold in the edges on the length, like on either end.
Right. Okay.
Like 2 fingers in.
Yeah,
You
makes sense.
iron it down.
Right. Oh, you have to iron it? You have to iron as
Yeah.
well? Well, there's a skill
Yeah.
right there. Okay.
You stitch along like just below those 2 fingers, so there's room for that's where your drawstring's gonna go. Then you fold it in half inside out,
Right.
stitch the sides together, make sure the
Right.
drawstring little holes aren't cut off, and flip it inside out, add your string, and you got a drawstring bag.
Oh, you don't sew the string in. The string goes in after? You feed the string in after? Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool. How long did it take you to make that?
10, 15 minutes maybe.
Oh, wow. So you could like have
I used a machine. It was really
Used a
actually
sewing
maybe
machine?
even like 5 minutes. Yeah.
I love sewing machines because they're basically robots that sew for you.
I guess, yeah.
And they can also sew you if you get your hands in there by accident too. They're
That's kind of hard to do. Really,
they're vicious looking
realistically.
machines though, those sewing machines. Okay, so why do you think sewing and cooking will be important in the future?
Well, cooking so I can eat.
Okay, fair enough. Because it can be too expensive to eat out.
I
Or-
just think in general, sewing is just a useful thing for like mending clothes, fixing buttons,
Mm-hmm.
sewing up a pillow that ripped. Like,
Oh man, could
I
you?
don't think you
Every time we
need
go
to-
away, Huzzah tries to bury things in our bed and rips the sheets.
Like, I don't think you need to be like a sewing master, just good enough to fix small things.
I can fix
That's fine.
little things with sewing. Like I can fix if I got a hole in my pocket, I can sew that, or my socks.
There you
or,
go.
that kind of stuff.
Or
I
like,
can do that. Or a
another
button.
thing. I
Sew a
don't know,
button
just
on.
basic house tasks I think are very necessary.
Oh my god, that's so funny. So you and Wolf Pup, I was really surprised. I thought Wolf Pup was going to say like robots or something. Nope, he said the same thing.
Actually, that's true. Maybe getting a bit more proficient in coding would be useful.
Oh, you missed this too. So I'm reading a book, and the woman who wrote this book says that the new programming language, the new top programming language, is going to be biology. It's programming life.
That's terrifying.
Isn't that neat, though?
It's really cool, but also terrifying.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it could potentially be terrifying. It's true. But but I feel like if we get good people doing it, if we get lots of good people doing it, they'll be able to counter the bad people doing stuff. Because, yeah, you could potentially take COVID and say, you know what? It's not deadly enough. Let's make it more deadly by genetically changing it and then releasing it into the wild.
It's just what I do in my spare time, actually.
Oh, really? Just is make COVID more dangerous?
Exactly.
Good thinking. Good thinking. Interesting. Okay, so you think programming is going to be important too?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, and besides that, basic life skills, being able to clean stuff, being able to do laundry.
Right. That's true. You know, my nieces were at our U of T, and they're taking kinesthesiology, or kinesology. I can never get it right, but one of those. And she said that one of them said they went into the laundromat the first day, and there's all these engineering students. They have no idea how to use the washer and dryer. Like they're teaching these kids how to use the washer and dryer because most of them have never seen or touched a washer and dryer their entire life.
Huh.
Yeah. There you go.
I mean, I honestly don't do a lot of chores. My mom's very nice, and she's also home a lot, so she usually does stuff like that when we're at
Neither
school,
does
for example.
Baz, but I'm not nice. I yell at them and then I do them anyways. So
No, but I mean, like, I think they're not like that complicated, really. I don't know. Even with cooking, like, I
it's
feel
just
like
good instructions. Good instructions are the key to good cooking, if you ask me. Like a
yeah,
good recipe.
and I think another thing about cooking is I think you have to practice a lot. Like, you just have to
Yeah.
follow instructions and keep practicing, and then
Yeah.
once you start getting good at like that, then you start, adjusting this recipe or like,
there are
I want to
tricks.
add more of this, because I like it when it's like a bit more spicy or
That's
whatever.
what I like. I've got to a point now where we do these order meals where you order the meal and then it's all the bits arrive and you have to put them together.
Right.
So I do those, and I've done them to a point now where I know that some of them I'm like, forget that. I'm gonna double this and double that and burn that and do this, and it just tastes better.
Exactly.
So yeah, like, oh, you know what, that rice is plain. Screw that. I'm putting coconut milk in that, and we'll have coconut rice instead. That kind of stuff. I love doing that. Yeah. I mean, in a way, cooking is just chemistry, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
Same with baking. Honestly, baking, I think it's here's the thing with baking. I know there's some people that just can't bake, but I don't have that issue.
I'm just bad because I get distracted and then things burn. I think Vipup, you were saying you had the same issue, right?
I just said I need. I don't burn stuff. I just need to get better at cooking in general because I don't have a phone that I can really use
Yeah, I'll
as I
tell you,
cook.
you should check out these. I don't know which ones we have. I can't remember which ones we use, but there's like we've been through a bunch of them now. But the ones where they send you all the bits, sometimes they're even chopped up for you. You just have to throw them all together at the right time, and it tells you when to do it, and you kind of get your confidence up. Like I feel better about cooking now because Jane works so hard, and I've decided I'm retired now. So I've
Oh, you're
just
not doing. You're retired now.
I've decided I'm retired. Jane says it doesn't work that way, but I think it does. Yeah, I think I've had.
Unless you get an insane offer where it's like,
That's
would you
it.
like to work
Exactly.
with, I don't know,
Yeah. I
what's
did.
a
Would you like
person?
to work with Dwayne the Rock Johnson?
I would do that. It's true. I did
Yeah.
my two favorite jobs. Like so far, like since like Stargate. Well, no, that's not true. I've had some great stuff. I've been very lucky. But the last two jobs were so much freaking fun to do. The sea job and then this one with Guillermo del Toro and my friend Vincenzo. I had so much fun on those jobs. I've decided just to quit while I'm ahead. That's it. And if a better job comes up, then great. Then I can come back. But in the meantime, it's like, this is way more fun. It's way more fun. Do you know how organized my Lego is now that I've retired? It's so organized.
I feel like that's usually not the first thing people do when they retire, but sure.
Really? I mean, I just assumed that would be the first thing I would do if I retired, is like organize my Lego. But I need to get
Aren't
some
you-
really good boxes for it. What I've been doing is there a dog down here? Oh yeah, there is. You know how I know? Because it smells like dog fart down here now. God,
Wonderful.
dog, that's disgusting. Oh. Don't get a dog. Does anyone want a dog?
I don't necessarily want one right now.
It's her butt's like pointing towards the door, and I think she's just gassed me. If I pass out or the CO2 sensors go off, ugh. All right, what do we got going on?
Yeah, but I don't know. I just think some people just don't know how to do basic life skills. I can't say I'm much better. Like I said, I'm probably should do more.
It helps, but honestly, you've also got to have an interest in it. And my problem is like food for me is just like a way to stop me from being grumpy. That's
Oh,
really,
I find food fun.
you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Oh God, dog. I don't know what you've eaten.
Do you like eating food? I know that sounds weird,
I
but
mean,
like,
yes, but I feel like no, I do like eating. I was going to say I live to eat. Do I live to eat or do I eat to live? I don't know.
that's what I'm asking. I mean, like, what I mean is not like, do you know, love eating and it's a hobby. I just mean like, are you
I do enjoy my food, I must say, but
yeah.
usually bad food. Like I like bad, very orange chips and things like that. Like I don't my choice in food is terribly unhealthy, I'm afraid.
I actually I'm praising my mom a lot, but anyways, but she cooks really good food, and I always enjoy what she makes.
Yeah, Jane is a really good chef too, which really, yeah, I don't like. I mean, like so Q, my friend Q, is like an experimental chef, and he's making weird stuff all the time. I would call it weird stuff, but he's making stuff. But he loves that whole process. I have no interest in that, like, or very little interest in it. I want something that's like easy to make and that's going to be, that's going to, yeah. I just don't. The process I find just, we'll see. Maybe by doing some biology, like maybe I'll do some whatever it's called. Whose microphone sounds like they've got an AM radio in it?
That might be me. Let me try some.
Oh, that's you. Yeah, that
Better?
was you because it disappeared right away. What was it?
My mic just kind of does that, and all I have to do is like leave the call and join back, and it's fine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Maybe it's like feedback or something.
Yeah, I think it just like sometimes like I don't know, something gets like oversensitive or whatever, and I mean I don't really need, I don't know. Personally, I'm like, whatever. I don't really need to figure out what it is since I have for it. So if it really causes an issue, that I can do
Turn
something.
it off, turn it back on again. That always works. James Gurney says that cooking is too much like chemistry, which is the worst science, and is also something that he does a lot of. James, do you cook as well? You must. You do everything else. Why not cook? It could be
I
static
want to
buildup.
try chemistry.
James, I wouldn't be surprised if James has been on like MasterChef that one time. He's like, oh yeah,
Oh, by the
that
way,
one
I
time I
won
was on
MasterChef.
MasterChef.
Yeah. Oh, that
You
one
know,
time I won MasterChef after winning the Iron Man, and yeah.
Oh yeah, and quickly after winning a Grammy or two.
Yeah,
You
it's
know.
true. Yeah. After writing that screenplay that won the Oscar, I know. Yeah, and acting in it probably as well. Yeah, James Gurney, Superman. James is a Michelin chef. Yeah, Michelin star. Michelin star.
Yeah, Michelin star.
Michelin star. That's right. Yeah. What is the weirdest or the most exotic food you've ever eaten?
Oh God, I'm probably I try to I used to be very picky.
Mm.
I try to try new foods whenever people give them to me now.
All right.
Because I can't knock it till you try it, that kind of thing.
Right.
I really don't know. Oh God.
I said I hated sushi for years, but I'd never actually had it.
Yeah. Have you tried it?
Oh, the other day we made our own sushi.
Oh, do you have like proper sushi rice and stuff?
Well, yeah, we got special. We have like a rice maker, and then you get this stuff that you put in the rice, like an oily vinegar thing that makes it the right kind of consistency. And then we have a thing called the sushi bazooka.
Oh, that thing.
Yeah. You put the rice on both sides, you shove the fish in the middle, you put a little bit of sauce and stuff on, you squish it together, and then you fire it out like a tube of toothpaste. It's amazing. But it's a little awkward. But other than that, it's great. Yeah. It was very, very good.
Who put toothpaste? The first thing you thought of.
Because I use toothpaste every day. Maybe that's what it is. It could be that. Yeah. I mean, what else would it, like, it squishes out like what else? Like a poop out of a dog. See, that's the only other.
Wonderful.
It's the only other reference I have, really, is I walk the dog and I brush my teeth. I'm retired now. I don't have a lot going on, right? Okay, come on. The weirdest food. There's got to be something. You were like, what the hell? Why am I eating this? Yeah, what is it? Or the weirdest or the most exotic or maybe the most expensive. I don't know. Something like that. Whatever you think.
Again,
Have you eaten bugs?
Oh yeah, I've eaten bugs before.
Have you? What do you have? What kind of bugs?
I think mealworms possibly, and I think I've had a cricket before.
You ate mealworms?
I think it was some kind of powder or something. It was
in a powder form. In a powder form. Okay, yeah.
I don't know. No, actually, it might have been just the worm.
I can't imagine eating like I don't like the look of them.
Tastes pretty good, actually.
Were they fried?
Yeah.
Anything tastes good fried. The reality is, I feel like anything.
For some reason,
I had fried crickets too. Yeah.
I think I did it at a school thing. Like I think we went to like the like winter fair or something.
And nothing says winter fair like a nice mealy worm.
You know what I'm talking about, right? The Royal Winter Fair. There you go.
Oh yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because they have like a whole food show, don't they?
Yeah, they have like tons of stuff. They have like that's always fun to go to. Oh, I wonder. I know it's not. I wonder if COVID shut that down. But there's sheep shearing and milk.
Have you had
really
COVID
cool,
yet?
Actually.
Did you get it yet?
No, not yet.
What is it with none of the kids have got it? I had it.
That's not true.
I'm at 75%.
I'm pretty sure one of my friends had it twice.
Yeah, you can get it like as many times as there are variants. Apparently, I was like,
and no, but I'm
great.
pretty sure that means that she thinks she got COVID right when it started, but they're not for sure. And then I think she got COVID again.
Oh, Nix,
like later.
Sorry,
like a year ago,
Nixie Geek had chicken feet. Nixie Geek ate chicken feet and said it was horrid. It was squishy and fatty. Oh God, I feel slightly
Some
ill.
people like chicken feet. I just what I've heard.
From fried Mars bar.
What I've heard from people that don't like it is they say that there's just not enough. Like there's not that much really. It's just kind of a bit of nothing.
I think it'd be too fatty for me. I don't think I could deal with it. Killer Rosebud, how are you, Killer Rosebud?
Hello.
Hi.
Whoa.
Oh, pet food, Elsa.
Oh, gold. What? Wait a sec. What? Elsa's here too?
Yeah.
What?
It always seems to show up when I'm here.
I know. That's like so funny. So I haven't seen Bat Food or Noodle Raccoon for ages. How are you, Bat Food?
I'm
like
really
summoning
good.
people.
It's
true. I think it's where where Raccoon Noodles goes, the world goes. The world follows.
Apparently.
What's the weirdest food you've ever eaten?
Very popular.
Bat Food, Elsa. First off, how are you?
I'm really good. I'm
Yeah?
really happy to be back.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Where were you?
So the thing is, it's just been a lot in school, and I haven't had time for anything else except school and like skating.
Wow.
Oh, God.
But is the skate? You got a break
So-
from the skating now for a bit?
Kind of for a while, and now this summer I'm training even harder than last summer. So
What? But last summer was insane.
yeah.
Wow.
So
But you enjoy it
I
though.
think I have. Yeah, I love it. But
Okay.
I think I have 2 weeks for just like holiday weeks,
Right.
and
Oh, is it like March
that's
break for you?
it. No,
Oh, it's
but
not like.
not for like not in school, but like at skating.
I see. Okay, got it. All right, I got it. So you just have a bit of a break from the crazy skating schedule.
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah.
All right, what's the weirdest food you've ever eaten?
Like the thing is, I kind of don't even like food.
Oh,
At all?
That feels-
So
That
no,
feels like
like
crime.
you're not a foodie?
I've always had like huge problem with food, and
Really?
I don't like many sorts of food.
So
Like,
what's your
you mean
favorite
you're a
food?
picky eater?
I don't like to try new things. That's it.
Right.
Picky
Like
eater?
like Wolf Pup.
Yeah.
Wolf Pup went to Arby's and ordered chicken. I'm just like I can't even forgive him for that. Okay.
I'm kind of this is what's Arby's again? I know it's a fast food chain, but
It's like I don't what are Arby's? Like, usually it's roast beef sandwiches. That's the only thing I know of from there. And it's not even it's
Oh.
weird. It's like weird like processed roast beef. It doesn't even taste like roast beef, but it's
I
I
was
mean
gonna say Arby's has the meats.
has the meats.
Hmm.
Bat food. What's your favorite food? Do you have like a food that if you could eat one food every day, what would it be?
That's a really hard question, but I think pizza.
Yeah. All
I
right.
really
Well, then
like
you can't be
pizza.
that weird then, because that's like my favorite food too, pizza.
Mm.
Well, one of my many favorite foods. I have a lot of favorite.
that
foods.
reminds me. There's this pizza place kind of near where I live. I'm not
What
gonna
there
name
is?
the name.
Is it good?
I can tell you. I'll tell you at some point if you
Okay.
really want to know.
Is it on the main drag?
No, I don't
Oh,
think it's.
Like it's off the beaten
don't-
track. Okay, right.
If you mean the main street near us,
Mhm.
then yeah, no. But
Okay.
it's
What
brain,
kind of pizza
sorry.
is it? Thin pizza,
It's
thick pizza?
you can order it and it's near and it's really good. I don't know. It always tastes good. It's like I personally I don't have a big preference, but I do like thin and crunchy crust. I really like that. I don't know.
Sometimes I do, but sometimes I just want to I want to eat like a thing that's like the size of a mattress. Sometimes like a really big, thick pizza is really good.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Bat
definitely
food.
true.
What kind of pizza? What do you like on your pizza?
I like this like Hawaiian pizza.
See, some people will basically say that you shouldn't live for that, but I love pineapple on
Okay.
pizza. I
I
think
love
there's
it.
nothing wrong with that.
Okay,
in my
okay, here's the
book.
thing. I've never actually had pineapple on pizza,
I like it.
personally, but I can easily tell why it'd be good.
I like it with the ham because I like the salty and the sweet. It's a
Exactly,
Nice,
because
Yeah.
I find fruit is very acidic, so especially with a meat, which is more like fatty, it
Mm.
really it balances it out.
It cuts the bacon,
Exactly.
which sounds weird, but yeah, I mean, it sounds like what the dog just did. But it's yeah, okay. So pineapple on pizza, that's very good. And do you like the thick crust or the thin crust, Bat food?
I think the thin crust.
Really, I like it
Yeah.
nice. Sometimes I just like the big doughy. Oh,
Oh yeah,
Uh,
sometimes. I'm thinking
No,
of. Sorry, go ahead.
What? Why?
I just like the
Like-
squishiness to it. Sometimes it's just like it's like a big.
I don't think
squishy
you're
bun.
making this more appealing, David. I think you're making it worse.
Really? I like it
Yeah.
when you squish it and it doesn't come back up again. You
Ye-
squish it. Yeah, oh, it's so good. All right, Bat food. So do you have to eat special food for skating?
No,
Do they bug you about like what you eat?
They're
and
not,
stuff? They
they're
have
not
you
that
on-
strict.
They don't have a regime.
no, they're not. I
Um,
can eat whatever I want.
Oh, real? Oh, that's great. Okay, so you can, and I guess you need a lot of. You must need a fair amount of food though, because it's a lot of energy, isn't it?
Yeah, I really like vegetarian food.
Oh, do you?
Oh, okay.
I'm getting into it more now. I feel like we're all going to be vegetarians and eating bugs soon.
Oh, bugs.
I think so. Like, I think we're going to have to, because what are we going to do? We can't. There's no room for all the cows and sheep and chickens and stuff, and I just don't.
There is in moderation.
I guess so, but I guess I feel like meats of any sort are eventually going to become like a luxury. Like you have it like once every so often, as opposed to like every meal's got to be like meat and potatoes. I feel like that's going to change.
I don't have every meal with meat.
Most of my meals do. Even my lunch had meat, but now that I'm tired.
Today. Oh wait, no, that's a bad example. I did.
I went
have,
for Greek
like
food
a
today. So.
kind of meat sauce on my pasta.
I had a meeting, so I went to one of the Greek restaurants and ate way too much, and now I will sleep. I will sleep forever. But I'm sleeping early now, anyways. Like I lose my energy very quickly because of the COVID, and because I'm old. Noodles, you should connect and reconnect again. You're getting all hissy.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, give me a sec.
She's having a hissy fit. All right. Bat food. What else you got for us? Any other? How's the COVID situation out there? How's the bug?
It's as usual, I think.
Yeah.
But it's been better
Yeah.
because there's not like so many people getting sick. So
You
it
got it
doesn't
right.
spread a
You've had
lot.
COVID?
Yeah, I did have it.
And was it bad?
No, it wasn't.
I found it was like it just went on forever for me. Like it wasn't that bad ever. Like I mean, I definitely had some trouble breathing because of asthma, but I
You have asthma? Right,
Yeah,
you do.
yeah.
Sorry.
Do you still have COVID?
no. Well, I guess I mean I'm not infectious anymore, but I definitely feel it still. Like even now, like so, how long have we been talking? We've been talking for where is it? Like so, an hour and 20 minutes. Normally, I could do 2 hours no problem. 3 hours
Yeah.
even, but now I definitely start to wane a lot. Like I have less energy than I had before, which kind of sucks. Yeah, maybe I'm just getting old. That's possible too. You know.
But did you have like really much symptoms or?
Yeah, I
Is
got the
it just
fever.
that you're-
I got the fever. I got the cough, and then I was saying I've done my inhaler. Like I have like an asthma inhaler thing, which I haven't used
Yeah,
in 10
me too.
years. I haven't used it in 10 years. And then all of a sudden, in the last like 3 weeks, I've used it like every other day at least every other day. So
Oh.
it definitely had an effect on me. Like I could see why this is a serious illness, but you know, at the same time.
But are you're vaccinated, right?
Oh God, yeah. Are you kidding? I'm a science guy. I have to get.
No, I
that.
know. I'm not. I'm just curious.
I love it.
Are you triple vaccinated or just?
I'm triple vax, and I would be four times vaccinated if I could. But
If
they
they
haven't got
make
that
me
yet.
get another one, I swear. You already know. I'm guessing. I hate needles. The
Well, I
passion.
hate needles, but I
do?
hate dying more.
I'm better. I think I've improved a lot.
Mhm.
I'm not fainting.
You know that my sister
That's good.
Yeah.
had a job taking blood, like she was a phlebotomist or whatever it's called, where they take blood
Ooh,
samples. So she used to practice on me. So I don't nothing. I
Oh
don't get.
God.
I'm not phased by
Uh.
needles at all anymore now. She's like, she goes, they
awful.
gave me an orange to practice on. She's like, oranges are nothing like humans. Can I just use your arm? And I'm like, all right. And man, she was terrible at it. I had the most horrible bruises for a while. But she got way better at it though.
You just agreed. You're like, sure, whatever, and you're like, she was awful, completely awful. But
If you're a
You know,
brother, you
whatever.
just have to put up with these things, basically. Like that's the yeah. Not the one that was on the show. This is the sister that's like a year apart from me. So, my crazy sister, as I call her, wonderful woman, mad as a hatter. All right.
you mean your wonderful, charming sister?
My
right,
wonderful,
David?
charming, crazy sister. Yes, yeah. Although all of them are kind of crazy, to be honest. I think I don't know where they get
I
it.
mean, aren't you?
I'm so normal. I don't understand why they're so like. It's weird.
Exactly, David.
Really weird.
I can't see it. You
Yeah.
know, honestly, you're right.
Do you guys have any? Is there any like amazing science stuff that you've learned or anything? Anything that I should know? Boy, don't all speak at once. Is there
Sorry.
nothing like at school? There's been nothing exciting at
Science.
all. Like
All we've been doing in science is like Oh God, what have we been doing in science? We had a massive test on water systems.
oh, water
Woo.
systems again. Weren't you doing water systems when I met you? But the rain hits
That
the
is-
water.
I
and then
don't know necessarily when you met me. When did
I
you meet
feel
me
like when we
again?
started doing Tech Bandits live, when we were doing it in the schools, in the
Oh.
school, you were
No,
doing like
that-
water systems and stuff then.
Oh, probably. They like repeat them every. I was like, that's not when you met me though, because I knew you before that.
Did I?
I mean,
Maybe I've
yeah.
just tried to forget. Maybe that's what it is.
Am I that awful? Wow.
It's possible. Yeah, maybe that's it. You know?
Because I've been to like Christmas parties and stuff,
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
and like my mother knows you,
Yeah,
and
but what, did you come to our Christmas parties?
of course, yeah.
Were you invited or did you just crash them?
No, I was invited.
Hmm. Well, you know what? If there's lots of people in my house, I was probably hiding in the basement. So I mean, it's probably why I didn't see you.
Yeah, I've been a couple times.
I don't
Like,
remember the last Christmas party. Like, it's got to be. It's been like 4 years or something. Like, it's just been like forever. Since...
oh, I haven't been for a while. Even
Yeah.
before, I don't know if even.
I see. I
No,
kind of.
maybe before COVID, actually.
I kind of like not having to see people. Like, I think it kind of works for my antisocialness, not being able to. But now Jane's like, "Oh, you're immune. Let's go out to movies." I'm like, "Oh, do we have to?" You know.
Oh,
But
I wanted
apparently
to
we do.
see a movie in theaters, but I couldn't because
What
it
did
was
you
right
want to see?
after. Jujutsu Kaisen Zero. It's like a.
What the heck is that?
It's like it's an anime movie.
Oh, now you're into anime too now?
I have been for a while. Yes.
You weren't the last time we talked, were you? No,
I
you
mean,
were reading
yeah,
some crazy fantasy
kind
book
of.
series.
It's like a mid thing. I'm not like crazy into it. I just like most of the shows
You
because
sound
they're
crazy. You're
kind
going
of.
to movies.
Yeah, well, it's the kind of movie that would be cool to watch in theaters.
Hmm. I don't like theaters because there's other people there. Then they look at their phone and they eat their food loudly, and the floors are sticky. And there's people nearby. And...
Do you care about the? Basically, you're just saying you don't like the theaters because there's other people.
Yeah, if the theaters were empty, like that'd be great. I liked it when there was nobody there.
There basically were in like the stages where they're like, we only allow 2 people inside
See,
the theater
that's
at a
what
time.
I like. I like it when they're like, "Oh, you got to have 2 seats between each person." I was like, that should be the case all the time. I don't want people shoved up. I don't want to be like
You want a theater where people want to see stuff on a big screen
some
and can't
creepy
afford their
old
own
guy
home
shoved
movie
up
theater,
against me
but they
eating his
don't want to be
popcorn.
social. That's
Yeah,
basically
I don't
what you're
want
saying.
that. Yeah. Ugh. I had a guy answer the phone in front of me once in a theater. I'm like, could you put your phone
Oh
away?
God,
Yeah.
that's rude.
And then he wanted to fight. Okay, Bat Food. I'm going to ask you what I've asked the other folks, which is this
Okay.
question that I got from this. I took this like course on like how can we be better problem solvers, and it says, what do you think is an important skill for the future? What is something that you think we need to learn that will help us in the future, given what you know about the future right now? Is there anything? And there's no right or wrong answer. I'm curious to know what you have to say, what your suggestion is.
I I really do think that we should learn to like listen at each other and not like
Oh, that's
I
interesting.
mean like see things from other perspectives
Yeah.
than just like our own.
No, that makes total sense because one of the biggest issues we have right now is people just yell at each other if they don't agree.
Yeah. I'm sorry, my English is so bad.
No. I totally got it. I totally understood. English forgives you. Interesting. Yeah, that is an interesting one. Because, but how do you do that? Because sometimes I
Yeah.
just get angry at people because I'm like, you're an idiot. You should just like vaccination things. When people go like, I don't want to get vaccinated, I'm like, you're an idiot. I don't want to talk to you. But I should. But do I talk to them then? Like, what do I do?
I think we should like ask them what is like the reason for it and maybe find another solution for the problem. Or,
But what is like, okay, so in the case of like a vaccination thing, I go, okay, I think you should get vaccinated because I think it helps yourself. I think it helps other people. But if someone says they don't want to get vaccinated, so I need to think, oh, well, maybe they're scared of needles, like raccoon noodle or something.
yeah, like
Yeah.
maybe everyone who doesn't want to get vaccinated should be quarantined for 2 weeks.
Which they have to do,
And
actually. Which
everyone else can.
Oh, I just wanted to say
still-
that I kind of zoned out for a second, but with the needles thing, if it's necessary to get vaccinated, I will. I am.
Yeah.
I just don't like them.
No, I get it. I'm not arguing with your.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
It is Yeah, I guess. God, that's a really, really good point, Beth.
It's a really hard question because
No,
I
but
don't
your
know.
answer, that's great because I hadn't thought of that. And that is a really interesting thing because if we could, I feel like maybe communication is the key then. Like if we could get better
Yeah.
at understanding what other people are saying, then
Yeah.
maybe it's not about convincing people. Maybe we should just
No.
listen to people instead of trying to listen to people in the hopes of being able to persuade them of something else. I
Maybe
feel,
it's just about, I don't know. I'm gonna say, what's a good way to like just
I wondered about like debating skills. Do we need debating skills? Do we need like to teach people how to have an argument without wanting to kill each other? I mean,
I feel like that's a basic human skill.
except that it's weird how rare that is, though. Like, because the reality is that people, like, if you go on social media, people are like, oh, you don't like that game? I hope you die in a fire. It's like, what? It's just a game. Why are we having this art? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like everyone gets like so freaked out about stuff now. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Um,
that's really true. It's like these small things that just like I don't understand.
yeah. Are you like you yourself? Are you finding that issue? Like, are you see like at school and stuff? Are there people? Does this come from your own experience of feeling like people are just like not understanding other perspectives?
Yeah, definitely. Because my classmates are, not so. What should I say?
Open
They're not. Yeah. Um.
about what? Like, what sort of stuff do you guys argue about?
Um. They like. Everyone has their own things that they like, and if someone else thinks something else, they like. I don't know. They just ignores them and.
Wait a second. You mean they're not all giant Stargate fans?
No.
Well, forget them then. They can't be important.
Yeah, and
Um, what do you think
I'm
about?
pretty much the.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Sorry.
No. Go ahead. I cut you off. I didn't realize you weren't finished.
I'm pretty much the only like nerd in my class.
Oh,
So,
really?
I can have like 2, maybe 3
Wait a second, but you're
friends
not
to hang out with.
How are you a nerd if you're doing all the skating stuff? Isn't that like crazy sportsy stuff?
Yeah, but if we compare me to everyone else in my class, I am definitely a nerd.
Okay, so what is everyone into in your class that you're not into, or vice versa? What's the difference between you and them?
I think it's like this teenage thing that they want to do all the fun things, and they don't like care about anything except having fun, which is like they don't care about school, which I can understand them. I do also want to have fun, but I do also need to like focus on the things that really matters.
And that for you, that's skating and
skating and school.
Right. And the goal of doing well in school is to do what? Like, is there something you have planned for? Like you do well in school because you've got a goal in mind, or what? Or is it just because you just think it's important to know this stuff?
I do want to have a great future, and I really do want to move to Canada when I get old.
But you guys are going to join NATO.
Yeah.
Do you talk about that at all? I don't know if anyone knows this, but apparently Sweden, is it Sweden and Finland as well?
It's Finland.
Yeah.
I think they like decided it.
They're talking about joining NATO.
Yeah.
But Russia has said, okay, then we're going to bring our nuclear weapons closer to you guys. It's crazy right now. It's a very weird world from that perspective.
Yeah.
Is that something that comes up? Do you talk about that at school at all? Or is it the same as here?
No, we don't.
What is with school where they never talk about what's happening now? They only talk about what happened 100 years ago. Drives me crazy.
That's one thing I really don't like about school, how they do that.
Because surely that's stuff that's more, in a way, more important than what Like, I know you can learn a lot from history. In fact, I would say, what is it? People who don't know history are doomed to repeat it, is what they say. You know, like everything's happened before if you look back through the history books for a lot of this stuff. But I do feel like at least at school, I suppose we didn't talk about it that much, but I'm surprised because I would have thought that would be a great way to, so when you do history and stuff, what in Sweden, do you do Swedish history?
We do we do Swedish history, and we do Greek history
Oh
and
yeah. Okay.
Egyptian history,
See,
and
why don't we
yeah.
do that? We do
And I
like
really-
we
I
do
really
Canadian
like that.
history over and over and over and
Oh.
over and over and over again. Isn't that right? Am I wrong?
No, but yeah, no, you're right.
Like, I just feel like
Oh God, we
Yeah.
have to. Well, like, we can't learn about what's happening in today's world. We still have 2 more health units to do, and like 15 science units. I swear, whenever we get to the end of the year, suddenly all the teachers are like, "Oh yeah, I kind of forgot. Well, we have to do like these 3 units."
Oh, really? So you feel like they're getting behind on stuff?
Yeah,
Huh. It's funny. God, I meant so in Sweden when you're doing history of all different parts of the world, basically.
Yeah.
And what is the history of Sweden? I don't know what the history of Sweden is. Like what do
Oh,
you
it's so boring.
Oh, is it? Does everyone
Yeah.
think their own history is boring? Do you think that's how it works? Because I think Canadian history is really boring too. I mean, there's
I
definitely
don't
interesting
think it's that
parts.
boring.
There's interesting parts, but I guess actually it's more interesting now that we're getting the real history. Like when I was growing up, it was all like, oh, the white guys came and it was great. Everyone loved them, and we gave people like guns and stuff, and they were amazing, and everyone loved us, and we gave them beads, and then we took over Canada. No, then we discovered Canada, basically, is how we put it. Now the history's a little more exciting because it's like we actually showed up and people didn't want us, and we took over anyways, and we killed lots of people, and so it's actually a more exciting history to learn now, though a much more depressing one, I would say. Because my history was very, very sort of British, if that makes sense. It was very sort of like, I say, we showed up with these poor people. They didn't even have proper clothes. We gave them guns and things, and civilized the poor fools. You know what I mean? Like it was very sort of, it was all very sort of well-meaning, but of course, absolutely horrendous in its results.
Horrendously not.
Oh yeah, no, it was
good at all.
absolutely yeah. It was, what do they call it? Settler culture. But of course, if it's being
Yeah.
taught by the settler is going to pitch it as something, and that's back in my day. Back in my day, when dinosaurs roamed the earth, our history was completely one-sided, right? So, Batfood, do you have any? You say that the history of Sweden is boring. What is the history of Sweden? Like, where did Sweden come from?
That's also a hard question because I didn't do that well when we worked at Swedish
This is like your
history.
worst nightmare. You show up on
Yeah.
TechBandits and I ask you about Swedish history. Oh my God. I just want to know when you invented those Swedish fish. Those delicious candy fish.
I have never tasted them.
I don't think they're even from Sweden. I think someone's lying to me. Have you seen them though? They're like gummy bears
Yeah.
that look like fish.
Oh, you mean Swedish fish?
Yeah.
I've had those.
Yeah, so have I. That's what I'm saying. But apparently, Elsa from Sweden has never had them.
No.
Yeah. And I just imagine that everyone lives in houses made by IKEA, but that's probably because I've never been there.
That's probably not true. Yeah.
What do you think Sweden is most famous for?
It's probably IKEA.
Is it? Oh, you think so? Really?
Yes.
Yeah, I do think so.
IKEA.
Really? Really? What do I think of? I think of the Swedish chef from the Muppets, but then he's probably absolutely inappropriate in every way.
I thought you were gonna say he's probably from IKEA, and I would have been very confused.
That would be, it would be confusing. That's interesting. God, could you imagine? Could you imagine being the owner of a company that's basically defined a country? How rich must that guy be, that family be? You got to become okay. You know what, Elsa? You got to become friends with the IKEA people. You got to find whoever family owns IKEA in Sweden and just become their best friend. I think that's the key.
I will do my research.
If you
Yeah,
could.
I'll just quickly go up find a millionaire real
Yeah.
quick.
Who owns
Yeah.
IKEA? Is it someone called IKEA?
IKEA
I
man.
think it's like they're. I.
Could anyone?
Oh,
Is there
wait,
someone in the
I
chat?
have.
Someone in the chat will be able
Yeah.
to. Like, are they part of Swedish history now? Like, when they do history, they talk about IKEA?
No, no.
That'd be funny.
No, they
That'd be
don't.
funny, though, actually. All right. Who owns IKEA? I'm looking it up now. Who owns IKEA? Here we go. Here we go. IKEA Holding is a holding company registered in the Netherlands.
What?
Ultimately owned by Interogo Foundation. It owns the company Inter IKEA Systems and thereby controls the intellectual property of IKEA. What? It's headquartered in the Netherlands. Oh
How?
my God. I didn't know that, but it's Swedish for common sense, I thought.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
I thought so.
Let me see what it says here. Does it? It must be, but it's from Sweden, isn't it?
I have to
originally?
go now.
Oh, you gone? You
Uh,
out of here?
Yep, sorry. Bye.
Raccoon Noodle, it's a
Bye.
pleasure. Be well. Oh, there is an IKEA of Sweden. Is responsible for designing, developing, and making home furnishing products for IKEA. There you go. So I guess they're the ones who came up with basically the thing that made IKEA famous, by the sound of it.
Yeah.
I guess so. Oh, that's wild. Okay. See, there's a whole other world of IKEA that I didn't even know about. Okay, so you think that Sweden is most famous for? I wonder what the chat. Does the chat have any ideas on this? I'm just gonna check the chat because they've always got good ideas on this stuff. The founder was Swedish, died a few years ago. There you go. Okay. It's
Damn
owned
it.
by someone called Ingvar Kamprad.
What?
Ingvar Kamprad founded it in Sweden. Apparently, that's what it says. I'm probably saying it wrong. Ingvar Kamprad. Does that sound wrong?
It sounds so funny.
Is it? Because I'm saying it with the wrong accent, probably.
Yeah.
How would you say it? Go on, you say it.
Ingvar Kamprad.
Ingvar Kamprad. Now I sound Italian, though. Say it again. Say it again properly.
Ingvar Kamprad.
Oh my God, Ingvar. Is that right? Ingvar. Now she's still laughing at me again. See, why can't we just learn to get along? Ingvar Kamprad. Is that better? She's
It's
laughing so
better,
hard she
but-
can't even answer. All right, I'll give up.
It's a really good try.
It's a Swedish is a difficult accent. I've got to say. I've never been good at
Yeah.
accents. I've never been good at accents ever. But Sweden is definitely a tough one. What is Sweden is a country that is it quite oh, that's a doorbell. That might be my father. It's possible that might be my father, which means I should probably not ignore it. I'm thinking maybe.
No.
Or maybe I should.
You should not.
Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put us on pause for a second. I'm going to run upstairs and I'm going to just double check because I don't want to ignore my dad because that would be a bad idea. Right?
It would.
I'm thinking a bad idea. Okay, I'll be back in a sec. Bye.
Yeah.
Airline food, am I right?
Are you playing any games or what are you doing?
I'm playing Roblox with my friend. I didn't know what to say, so I just said airline food, am I right?
I can't believe Roblox is back.
I've never played Roblox.
It's kind of, I mean, it's silly, but it's kind of fun. I like the fact that you can design your own worlds in it. I hate to do this, but I got to go. My father is here. And not only my father, but my mother 2.0, as I call her. My stepmom. I call her Mum 2.0. Because she's as good as a mum, only another mum. It was lovely to have you, Elsa. Are you going to be able to? Do you think you'll be able to pop in again in the next little while? Or are you going to be crazy
Yeah.
busy again? Oh, good. Okay,
Yeah.
fantastic. So you better brush up on your Swedish history because I'll test you on that,
Okay.
and I'll try to be more understanding. That I've got to say, Elsa, that was a really good one because I hadn't
Yeah.
really thought of that. I mean, it's interesting, isn't it, Wolf Pup? That's like the idea that we could actually. That we have a tendency to just argue so much. I think that's kind of an interesting thing for the future. It might be really good skill to have, to not go crazy mad when someone tells you something that's different than what you think. You know, Wolf Pup actually raised another good one, actually, which was actually Wolf Pup and Raccoon Noodle had the same one where they were saying that they were talking about like you need skill, like you need home skills. You need to be able to cook. You need to be able to sew. You need to be able to do stuff like to look
Yeah.
after yourself, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Which for Wolf Pup just means that he's just got to learn how to make pizza or tacos, you know? Actually, pizza's an easy one to make, Wolf Pup. If you want to try something, pizza's actually, you can buy like you could just buy the frozen pizza dough and then you make like even I can't screw that up. Well, I can, but you know, in the past I haven't. All right, I should get out of here. All right. All the best, everybody. I'm sorry to wrap up so early, but you know, my folks, gotta say hi to Dad while I can. So I will say, be safe, be kind, be brilliant, be Elsa if you can, but if you can't, be Vibe Pup. And until we geek again, I'll say cheerio and huzzah! Bye, everybody. Thanks very much. I'm out of here. I gotta stop the recording
Bye.
though. How do I do that? Okay, bye.